Welcome to LiveLeanTV. I'm Brad Guthrie from LiveLeanTV.com. So guys, on today's episode, I'm answering a viewer question who asked, is shellfish healthy? So although shellfish isn't a major part of my diet like grass-fed beef, whole eggs, and chicken, I still do enjoy eating shellfish on occasion. And from a calorie and a macronutrient standpoint, if you're looking to lose weight, shellfish is like a dieter's dream as it is low in carbohydrates and calories. And in addition to being low carb and low calorie, shellfish is also a great source of high quality protein to help in muscle building and recovery. So in this episode, I'm going to share the best shellfish for weight loss as I compare oysters versus clams versus mussels versus crab versus scallops versus lobster versus shrimp. Yeah. Let's do this. So shellfish also contains many non-essential and essential nutrients that your body requires to be at its best. However, you may think all shellfish contain similar nutrition benefits, but you may be surprised at some of the differences. From a micronutrient perspective, check out the high levels of the key essential vitamins and minerals contained in most of these shellfish. Vitamin B12. So vitamin B12 is important for a healthy metabolism and converting fat into energy. It's also high in zinc. Zinc is great for your immune system. It's a powerful antioxidant and important for testosterone. And selenium. So selenium is important for your thyroid health. It boosts your immune system and is also a powerful antioxidant. However, from a nutrient perspective, not all shellfish is created equal. So with that said, let's find out the best shellfish for weight loss as well as which shellfish are the healthiest. Number 1, oysters. So you may have heard that oysters are an aphrodisiac. Ooh yeah, it's sex shit time. Sex shit time. Sex shit time. The reason is oysters are very high in zinc, which is very important as it's required by the body to produce testosterone. But that's not all. When it comes to shellfish, oysters are at the top of the list for being the most nutrient rich. Oysters are very high in B vitamins, especially vitamin B12. So I'm going to run down the protein, the carbs, the fats of each of these shellfish, as well as what it's high in from a micronutrient standpoint. 139 calories, 16 grams of protein, 8 grams of carbs, and 4 grams of fat. And from that fat, 1.3 grams of those are from omega-3 fatty acids, which are the healthy fatty acids. And it has 408% of your daily value for vitamin B12, 188% of your daily value for zinc, and 188% of your daily value for selenium, and 114% for copper. So you can consume fresh oysters or canned oysters. They're both decent options. Number 2, clams. Although not as rich in nutrients as oysters, clams are still a healthy shellfish option that are loaded with vitamin B12. Clams are also higher in protein and lower in calories and carbohydrates when compared to oysters. So in a 3-ounce serving of clams, you have 126 calories, 22 grams of protein, 4 grams of carbohydrates, and 2 grams of fat. It gives you 1,400% of your vitamin B12 daily value and 132% of your daily value for iron. Number 3, mussels. Now mussels are good for building your muscles as they are high in protein as well as they contain the highest calories when compared to other shellfish. A 3-ounce serving of mussel contains 146 calories, 20 grams of protein, 6 grams of carbohydrates, and 4 grams of fat. This provides you with 340% of your daily value for vitamin B12, 289% of your daily value for manganese, and 109% of your daily value for selenium. Okay, let's move on to number 4, crab. So although not as nutrient rich as oysters, mussels, and clams, crab does have a good amount of vitamin B12 and is better for weight loss as it's packed with protein and much lower in carbohydrates and calories. So a 3-ounce serving of crab contains 98 calories, 20 grams of those are protein, 0 grams of carbohydrates, and 1 gram of fat. And it also contains 147% of your daily value for vitamin B12. Next up, scallops. So again, scallops are nowhere close to being as nutrient rich as oysters, clams, and mussels, but just like crab, it's better for weight loss as it has a good amount of protein while being much lower in carbohydrates and calories. So a 3-ounce serving of scallops provides 93 calories, 20 grams of protein, 0 grams of carbohydrates, and 1 gram of fat. Now I say scallops because I'm Canadian, but I know a lot of Americans say scallops. I don't know, what's the proper way to say it? Although scallops don't provide 100% of any of your daily value for any of the minerals, it does provide 40% of your selenium. Next up is lobster. So lobster is a major Christmas Eve tradition in the Guthrie household. So it falls in the same group as scallops and crab, where Lobster is not as nutrient rich as the oysters, mussels, and clams, but it's a better option for weight loss as it's high in protein and lower in carbohydrates and calories. So a 3-ounce serving of lobster, but I mean, let's be real, who eats 3 ounces of lobster? There's 77 calories, 16 grams of protein, 0 carbs, and 1 gram of fat. And lobster doesn't provide 100% of your daily value of any mineral either. Number 7, shrimp. So shrimp is not as nutrient dense as its other shellfish, but it's great for weight loss as it's still a good source of protein that is low in calories and carbohydrates. A 3-ounce serving of shrimp provides 84 calories, 18 grams of protein, 0 carbohydrates, and 1 gram of fat. So shrimp is highest in selenium, where it provides 48% of your daily value. So although all these shellfish options are great for weight loss, the crab, the scallops, the lobster, and the shrimp contain the least calories. However, the higher calorie shellfish, being the mussels, the oysters, and the clams, are still excellent foods for weight loss as they are still under 150 calories for a 3-ounce serving. Plus, mussels, oysters, and clams are much more nutrient rich, so the extra calories are definitely worth it. So bottom line on is Shellfish Healthy. So from a weight loss perspective, all 7 of these shellfish options are great for weight loss. And if you're worried about the cholesterol content of shellfish, guys, we're not living in the 1960s anymore. That was when all this poorly controlled research coming out that said these foods high in cholesterol, like whole eggs, are bad for your cholesterol. So if you're still avoiding egg yolks and shellfish because of the high cholesterol, it's just time to open your eyes to the fact that healthy foods high in cholesterol may actually help increase your good HDL cholesterol without raising your bad LDL cholesterol, while also helping you reduce your triglyceride levels. It's just important to stay away from the unhealthy and creamy sauces that are usually associated with eating shellfish. Also, most shellfish on the market is farmed, but based on the way that they are raised, most are fine to eat. However, I would do your research on each shellfish before eating farmed shellfish when it comes from Asia. And when it comes to mercury in fish and shellfish, it is a concern, but for most people, it's just a trace amount. Plus, in most cases, all the health benefits from eating shellfish just a few times per month outweigh the potential issues from the trace amounts of mercury. So the big question is, without the creamy sauces and everything, how do you make shellfish taste delicious? So for added flavor, try adding a little bit of lemon and hot sauce to your oysters. And you can also add butter, garlic, and white wine to your clams, your mussels for extra flavor. Or make a big batch of delicious seafood chowder. And this is just one of the over 200 cooking video recipes that we share with our Team Live Lean group coaching clients. So if you want access to our delicious recipes, our cooking videos, our meal plans, our grocery list, and our 4-week workout programs, go join our team at teamlivelean.com. I'll put a link in the video description below. Thanks for watching, and keep living lean.